Hello everybody. I don't know how long of a lag you have on your end, so my apologies if you have like awkward error space. I don't know. I'm really nervous for some reason. I don't know. I feel like it's been a while since I've been live on my main channel for like everybody, and I don't know, something about it's making me super nervous. So, hi. How are you guys? Hope you guys are doing well today. I don't know. I'm just really nervous today. I'm sorry. Hey, Sadian. I hope that's how you say your name. Sorry. Charlie's Peculiar Stuff. Hello. Good to see you all here. Glad you could make it. Flying Falcon, Guten Tag. Good to see you. Okay. It's too far away. Escosivo 30? Hi. Hooksy, hi. Hello. Jenny O, hi. Joel Weiss, hello there. Hi, everybody. I don't know. It's been so long. Sorry, guys. So I wanted to do it. Hi. It's 1 a.m. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know like the time difference for a lot of people is really crazy right now. So sorry about that. Hi, misunderstood person. Philip Noah. What's this about? What happened? Are you dying? I'm not dying. Banana Games, hello. James Culp, hello. Max Henriksen, sorry. I'm far away, so like the little... Yay, I did say it right. I should probably just pull it up on my phone so I can actually see what you guys are saying without having to be like, oh, I can't see anything. I'm... Sorry, I'm nervous. So, this week, okay, actually, if you came from Facebook, I was dumb and forgot that I had, a video scheduled. So, like 17 views were on it, and I was like, well, crap. So, potentially 17 people may know what next week's video is about, but I deleted it. So now I'm gonna have to re-upload it to Facebook because, again, genius move on my part. But I thought it'd be fun to kind of like, I don't know, just be able to talk to you guys and chill out for one of the weeks out of the month, because I know that I don't necessarily always get to interact with you like this, and also it kind of helps me not be so stressed trying to get so many videos out, except for now I'm like super nervous and I don't know why. So let me see if what all we have here. It's 8 p.m. in Canada. Oh my goodness. Oh, Wiss, like Swiss. Okay, got you, Joel. 5:59 there, Sadian. Julie C, hello. Charlie's Peculiar Stuff. It's good. I'm not a very good sleeper either. I'm not good at sleeping either. It's fine. Yay! Hi, Laura Listens. Hey, Tommy. Hi. My sister is also here. Hi, Call Me Scout. I think I have everybody. Sorry if I didn't catch everyone. Sara, Starry Girlish. Trying to grab everybody here. Hey. So Star Girlish says, I'm new here. I'm learning more about autism, especially in girls. Your videos are really cool. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad I can be helpful that way. I don't know. I think this is the most viewers I've had on at one time. So I guess it just like makes me nervous because so like on Patreon I go live once a month, but like that's just like, so I think the max we've had on at a time was like 3 people. I think maybe 4. I think it was 3 though. So since the last time, I think, yeah, we did the 10,000 subscriber celebration, and then we did a giveaway. I think that was the last time I was live on here. So yeah, it's been a little bit, and there's like more of you guys here, so it's kind of crazy. Flying Falcon says, by the way, I'm downloading the Girls und Panzer manga. Of course you are. Shathinner? Sorry. From upstate New York. Very cool. Banana Games, I'm going to finish my animation. Have an amazing day, Stephanie. You have an amazing day too. And that's really cool that you do animation, because like I could never. Joel Wiss, starting an autism crusade on Facebook to take the internet from the cure for autism moms. There you go. Gianna B, hello. And everybody's saying hello. You had your evaluation yesterday. Now I wait. Yeah, we were talking about that. The waiting period is so weird because you think like, I don't know, just to go get assessed and everything is difficult as it is, right? Like the whole like process of being able to go, whether it's, you know, getting the courage to even see someone, a doctor or psychologist or anyone, just to start that process is already like really scary as it is. But something about like once you get assessed, that period of time where you have to wait for what they say is like, it's excruciating because you're just like, you're like right there, but not quite, you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, you do, of course you do, you're waiting. Oh my goodness. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get my phone to like show me the comments on here. Sadian says, I would never do a live stream right now. Maybe it's my age, I just don't like being live. I don't blame you. I've noticed that sometimes when I see other autistic creators, I realize like that maybe maybe it's a lot for us because we get like really kind of overloaded, especially if we have like what's the word I'm looking for, like a purpose for the live stream, if that makes sense, because like trying to keep up with everyone's comments and then trying to like keep up with your train of thought is really hard as it is, and then, you know, like, I don't know, being in front of camera like normally isn't so bad because like I know I can like edit, and if I say something stupid, like I can fix it, or like, I don't know, if I come across weird, like, I don't know, I can usually fix it a little bit or just like make fun of it, and then it's not that bad. But when it's live, it's like, oh, like everyone's gonna see if you mess up or something. I don't know, but yeah, I don't blame you. Let me see. I'm trying to keep up with everybody. Escosivo. Okay. I just found your channel last week, and you're definitely one of the most helpful YouTubers to talk about autism. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad you found me, and I'm glad you're here, and hope to continue to be helpful. I know this stream is probably not like helpful, but oh my goodness. Hey, Joel Wiss, thank you so much for the super chat. I saw it like highlight on my other screen. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate that. Oh, that'd be sweet. Sorry, it's already happening. I'm like getting my hair stuck. Sorry. I'm really nervous. I don't know how people like Yosemite Sam, she goes live a lot. I don't know how she does that. And Indie Andy, he's like always so chill, like when he's live and stuff. I have no chill right now. I'm just super nervous. Does anybody else get giggly? And like, sorry if my voice is weird too, because like my voice gets like higher and I start giggling a lot when I'm nervous. I'm so sorry. I'm sure I'll chill out eventually when I start getting too tired to like be this nervous and stuff like that. But yeah, so sorry about that if I'm being obnoxious. Melody Ward, I just want to say thank you for your videos. I was researching autism and stuff on your channel is what made me finally admit to myself I'm on the spectrum. I like that, the spectrum. Oh, you guys are so sweet. And Banana Games, I could make you an animation if you wanted. Oh, that would be cool. I'm not sure what I would do with it, but it seems really cool. Joel was from Michigan, the Lower Peninsula. There's a I'm dumb. Okay, so like my family's from a lot of my family's from Indiana, and we a lot of times because of the lighthouses, we'll go cross over into Michigan to go see the lighthouses. But yeah, I don't really know like I almost said anatomy. I don't think that's how that works. Like the geography of Michigan. Okay, but yeah, I'll take your word for it that there's a peninsula. You're just finishing an animation for Retro Rivals. Very cool. Oh, Debbie, I'm on a 6-month waiting list to be tested for autism. Oh, wow. Hope that goes well. I can't imagine, like, having to, like, count down specifically, like, the time. Are you in a different country, or are you in the U.S. as well? Because I noticed, like, a lot of times the waiting lists tend to be overseas, or maybe not even overseas. I don't know. In other countries, just because... I don't know. I think what happens here is we just get told, like, yeah, make an appointment is like 50 million years out. And then other places they get told, like, oh, you're just on a wait list, and this is how long it takes. I don't know. That is me guesstimating. Roni Bunny says, I'm nervous to talk to my doctor about thinking I might have autism. I don't blame you. It is really scary. I think, like, the best way to go about it is just to have, like, all the reasons why. I think that's probably the best way. I don't want to miss anybody. Sorry, hold on. It's distracting my brain. But yeah, I think the best way to go about about it and like help yourself not feel so nervous is just bringing why. Like, why do you feel this way? What brought you to the point where you started searching out, like, maybe something else is happening, or maybe that's me. And then kind of pulling like articles or anything that talk about like signs and stuff like that. And it helps also if you have someone with you, because I didn't do so great because I didn't have someone with me. So someone there to kind of like ground you and like support you is really cool. So okay. There's so many people. Sorry. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'll try to catch up very quickly. I will try. If not, I might have to like skip forward because I'm starting to get really behind. Okay, they're talking to each other. Philip Noah, hi. I waited for my eval for 9 months and then COVID-19, so I'm still waiting. Oh, I'm sorry. That sucks. I know a lot of people got pushed back, and then I guess now some of them are doing telehealth and some of them aren't. I don't know. Hi, Alex Carson. It's good to see you. Hi, Stephanie. Hope you've been doing well. I've been doing well. Hope you're doing well. I know we haven't talked a whole lot because I know we used to interact more on Twitter, and then I deleted Twitter off of my phone because it was not good for me to have it on my phone. So, yeah. But I'm glad to see you here, and I hope you're doing well as well. I don't want to say anyone's name wrong. Shathaner? I've just found your channel recently. My therapist just told me that I meet the criteria for autism. How cool. So I'm in the waiting period. It's been a hard process. I bet on the process, really cool though, at least to hear from your therapist and not having like, maybe, what is the word I'm looking for? Invalidated, I guess. Stuff like that. That's really cool. I just want to say thank you because you're the first autism content creator I came across when I was getting diagnosed, and you really helped me accept and understand myself. Oh my god, you guys are too sweet. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being amazing and encouraging me, because if like like knowing that there are people out there who feel that way, or that it's like being useful for and stuff like that, like helps me to like keep making stuff, because like sometimes like when you're trying to say stuff or trying to do stuff and it feels like you're just like shouting into the void and it's not helping anybody, like it's hard to like keep going. But like hearing from you guys when you guys share that stuff, it like means a lot to me, and it helps me keep going. So that's really cool, and I'm really happy it's been helping. Gianna B says live would freak me out. I tried it once on Instagram and I was so frozen. I don't blame you. Sadian says yes, and trying to stay focused. Yes. Laura listens. It's scary and I always feel so awkward being live. Yes. I'm glad you guys understand the awkward with me. Susie K says, hey, I just started dating an autistic lady and your videos have really helped me. Thank you so much. Oh, yay. I hope that they continue to be helpful and that you guys have a great time together. Yay. Flying Falcon says, my new doctor has ADHD and her son is autistic. Today, I finally found a GP I understand. Well, that's really cool. I had an ADHD professor for psychology, and that, like, I felt very... like kind of understood but also kind of amused, because like when you start to understand where people might be coming from, you start to see it. And she was sometimes hop from one thing to another so much, and I was like, aha, there it is. But yeah, she sorry. She told us yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm very ADHD. I'm like, yeah. But it was kind of cool though, because then like, like it didn't make me feel like so like weird, I guess. I don't know. When you know that there are other people like who are neurodivergent and like they're aware of it and they're cool with it, it's pretty cool being around that. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. I'm sorry. Okay. What editing program do you use? So recently I've actually been using Adobe Premiere Pro, like their Creative Cloud subscription thing. I'm very thankful to have recently been enrolled in college. So now I have a college email because it is highly discounted as a student versus what you'd have to pay not being a student. So that's nice. Before that I was using DaVinci Resolve, which is great, but apparently for a lot of people, they can't like load it properly on their computer, so I guess it takes up a lot of RAM and stuff like that. So if you don't have like a really good computer, maybe not that one. I don't know. I think the Adobe products have been running pretty well on mine as well, so I don't know, that's pretty cool. Andy the Demon Puppet Master, I love your videos. I recommended you to my one friend who wants to learn more about autism, as I am on the spectrum myself. That's cool. See, like, I wish sometimes, like, I don't know, sometimes I wish I could just, like, send stuff to people and be like, here, it's all here, just have this information. It is there for you now. Roni Bunny, I'm getting married soon. Super nervous about that too. Well, congratulations. Lots of yeses and stuffs. Pixie Nix, I'm a Twitch streamer. You get used to it. You get used to it. Oh, I'm dumb. So, like, my brain corrected it in my head, but then I saw that there were letters that didn't match what I just said. And so then I was like, how do I say this? And anyway, I'm glad that eventually you get used to it. That's so cool that you're a Twitch streamer too. Candace Mountain, it probably gets easier once you get going. Yes, I assume so. I think at some point, like, it'll, like, I feel like my voice is finally letting me, letting me drop a little bit instead of being, like, way too high. Oh, thank you. Escosivo says, I do get nervous when I'm making a speech live, but don't worry, we won't judge. Oh, see, I feel more at home here with you guys. Dave F says, off to the LO Tower tomorrow will be 100 degrees. No people, lots of animals. No people sounds good. 100 degrees doesn't sound good. But, I mean, if you enjoy that. Starry Girlish says, I do that, the voice getting higher and giggling. It's okay. Your giggling is cute. Oh, thank you. I'm glad it's not obnoxious, because then everybody would be like, and we're turning off the stream. Oh, thank you, Mithra. I love you too. It gets too cold up where? I don't know what we're talking about. Okay. You have the upper and lower peninsula. The upper is connected to Wisconsin. The lower is shaped as a mitten. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna attempt to make a mental picture of that, but I don't have one available. But thank you for explaining. Roni Bunny says, I'm in Lower Michigan too. Oh, cool. My soon-to-be husband is from Indiana. Very neat. I pushed a button I didn't mean to push. My dad is from Ohio. My mom is from Indiana. And I guess, like, I want to say someone somewhere is from Illinois, but maybe I'm just making things up. I'm not really sure. And then we lived in Wisconsin for a while. So, yeah, and now I'm all the way down in Oklahoma, so go figure. Martin Ladle. I'm sorry, I don't know how to pronounce what the... in general, everybody, I'm sorry, I'm probably going to mispronounce things. Central Europe, Czech Republic, very cool. Pause 77, greetings from Barcelona, Europe, very cool. Flying Falcon is jealous. 50 in the house, like 50 degrees? Well, yeah, it would have to be Fahrenheit. Oh my goodness. Joel Wiss, my fiance is from the Netherlands, so it's entertaining. Very cool. Sadian, I've had to put off getting some cavities filled. Oof, yeah. Okay, so, like, there's a lot of things I probably need to get done at the dentist that I've been avoiding for a long time. And I really don't want to go back. But, like, so, you know, like, how when it's an emergency, you finally go and do it, and then, but, like, by then, it's, like, way worse than it would have been if you actually just went and did it. Yeah, that's probably where I'm at right now, so I should probably prepare for that eventually. I don't want to. Angela Gardner, write down a list of all of your symptoms that worked well for me when requesting an evaluation. That is excellent advice. Gianna B says, this year saddens me. I hope people are coping okay. Same. I hope all of you are out there. All of you out there are coping well. I know you know when like you do things and then you're like, oh, that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense, but we'll get there. We will get to why this makes sense, what I'm saying out of my mouth, hopefully. So the last video about autistic regression or burnout, everyone's like, oh yeah, and like everyone's tying it to the current time, and my brain is like, oh yeah, I guess that is I guess that would be rather relevant. Yeah, big brain energy over here. Alex Carson says, I'm doing well. Good to hear from you, Stephanie. I've been better at taking breaks from social media this past year, so it's no biggie on that. Well, see, that's a good practice to do. Sadie Ann says, that is how I feel with making videos. I feel like it's just wasted words sometimes. Understandable. It's weird too, though. Like, okay, so like for anybody who isn't like, or like is starting YouTube stuff or thinking about it, or I really guess anything, I think the more you practice, you'll get better. no. But like, so like my very, very beginning videos were super cringy, but it took me having to go through the process of actually doing them that hopefully not a lot of people saw, to be able to make it to the point where I can put out videos and not feel super embarrassed of them. So, you know, even if it feels like you're speaking out into the void. And then plus sometimes people go back to like really old stuff and like it means stuff to them. So that's really cool to know too. Chathanair, your channel has really helped me. I relate to almost everything. I'm practically crying watching them. Thanks for your ramblings. Oh, I don't mean to make people cry, but I'm glad that you can relate to them. That's really cool. Call Me Scout says, yeah, mine was telehealth. Yeah, let's just say that therapy is more awkward via telehealth. I don't know why that's relevant. It's really not. And I'm not really sure how to bring that around to being even more relevant. So I'm just gonna keep reading. Angela Gardner says, I know it can be hard this year because plans and routines were disrupted due to the virus. Yes. It's like, and it's like even fun stuff like you want to go do or stuff, like even if you're allowed to, it's just like because everything's different, so you can't even do it the same way. I think that's frustrating too, because it's like hard to enjoy something because you can't do it the same way that you used to, which I mean, like it's cool that you can do it just modified, but there's just something about it like when you have to like adjust everything is kind of hard. But yeah, y'all been here. Hello. Charlie's Peculiar Stuff. It's so cool to be here and be able to chat with other autistic people just like that. I know literally one other autistic person, and she's in America and I'm in Poland, so it's kind of lonely. Oh, yeah. One, glad to have you here. Glad to have all the peoples here. So we can all kind of chill out and chat. What's her name? Sara from Autism, like autism, but like with an extra I for like the Sims. So like Autism. Sara, she used to go by Wee Wee Wish. She is in Norway, and she feels like that a lot too. It's like there's nobody around me that are, but like it does feel that way a lot too, because like I used to think like around here there was nobody except for like me and my one friend, and I was like, hello. And then come to find out there's like a whole huge group in my area. I was just dumb and didn't look very hard. So yeah, yay me. But yeah. Gamer Christina, how could I explain to another person that I have autistic symptoms? I'm trying to make friends and or date. I have found nobody knows what it is. I do not text, hang out often, and people get upset. Ooh. See, like, that's the hard part. That's the hard part. See, like, because I feel like it would be nice, right? Like, if we could just be like, oh, well, you know, it's because autism. The thing is, yeah, people don't really get it a lot. So sometimes it's easier to phrase it in things that people might be able to comprehend at first. So if they're really new to it and you don't have time to like delve into the depths of autistic traits and characteristics, maybe talking about like, hey, you know, I'm not trying to blow you off. I'm just not really good at like keeping conversations going, or I'm not trying to blow you off, but like I don't really text a whole lot, so maybe this mode of action would be better. Or if I don't initiate conversation, it's not because I don't like you or I'm upset at you or anything. It's just that's just kind of how I am. Sometimes that works. I think like after a while you probably would want to explain like, because I'm autistic or I have autistic traits, these things don't come naturally to me. It's not because I'm being lazy and don't want to like be a part of this relationship and stuff like that. So those are kind of ways that I've tried to explain to people. I've tried to explain that way to people who already knew I had autism, literally from watching my channel, which is funny. But I don't know, it's hard because like working around what people do and don't understand about autism already is kind of hard. And then also like the varying degrees of what people feel like you should just like get over is hard. But I think usually when you're initially like trying to start a relationship and stuff like that, I think they'll be okay, if you explain like, oh, that's just kind of how I am, and if you like each other, then I feel like they'll put some effort in and be okay with it. But that's just me guessing, so I don't really know. Okay. Yay. Okay. Is all manga in comic form? Buddy. Manga is like Japanese comics. So, yes. Because if it wasn't, then it wouldn't be manga, I think. I feel like really like, I know this. And now I'm like, well, what if I'm wrong? I have never seen a manga not be in comic form, because I'm pretty sure manga is literally just the equivalent of comics. But okay. You get it, okay. Thanks. Roni Bunny says, oh, thank you, Stephanie. Also, don't feel bad. My internet has comments behind too. Okay, good. Kaishana, hi. Emmy Platt, DaVinci is really easy and free, and it's professional software for color correction and film. Yes. So that was like the cool part about it, because you could actually do stuff with it. I just heard a lot of people complaining that it crashed their computers, or like they couldn't like open it. So I don't know if they had a buggy version, or if it's just like it takes a lot of, I don't know. Escosivo, I really want to make a comic about an autistic character I made and her supporting a twin brother and single father. Ooh, sorry. I mean, are you okay, so I'm like okay. Okay. My brain. Okay, so I was trying to catch up to everybody, and then I saw the other screen because I have one that's pending. I just don't know if you want to give your email to the whole chat and whoever ever watches Flying Falcon, so I'm gonna leave it pending. Sorry. Okay, so oh, sorry. I made and her supporting twin brother and single father. It's about an autistic character named Phoebe trying to help and be accepted in life. That would be really cool. And like Flying Falcon says later, I would read that. That is really cool. Hello, Alicia Ward. Mary Murphy, I'm from Indiana. Very, very cool. And then, yes, Kaishana also does have a story. Oh, is that why you're sharing it? Okay. There you go. That works too. Okay. Yeah, so, my brain. Yes, so Kaishana also has a story, that she's been working on, and we've kind of, I think it was on one of my other channels, we had, done a live stream, and she had mentioned before. So if you guys, I think she's been trying to share it too. So if you guys want to see that, I'm sure she would be happy to let you see it. Sadian says, no, like 50 in the stream. I know, it's crazy. Kaishana's from Wisconsin. Very cool. Sadian, yes, and there's so much to do because you waited so long. It's so scary. I know. I'm pretty sure because like they filled different like cavities before, and apparently fillings are not made to last forever, which I did not know, because I don't know why I didn't know that, but yeah, so that's unfortunate. Thanks. I hope one day I hope one day it will see a day where it succeeds and people will get autism. That would be really, really cool. I hate the dentist, says Mary Murphy. Me too. I feel bad because apparently dentists do feel unpleasant feelings about the fact that like everybody hates going to them, which is sad, but like at the same time it's like I can't control how I feel about someone trying to dig into my teeth. And also, why do the people, okay, like I get it, but at the same time the people who I want to say the dental hygienists, perhaps the people who see you before the dentist, they like shame you about your teeth. They're like, why is this like this? Like, I don't know, I'm not very good at my dental hygiene. I think we can both come to the agreement that I'm not good at keeping up with this. You don't have to go on a like point by point example of how crappy I am at keeping up with my teeth. Thank you. But one time they did help me on like how to better like take care of my teeth in a way I didn't understand before. So I mean it can be helpful, but it is like it's like a mandatory shame time, and then you get like the dentist who tells you like the serious stuff that might be going on, and then you finally leave, I think is how that goes. It's been a while. Yeah, I've been here. Oh, I actually have a dentist appointment next week. With COVID precautions in place, it'll be a little different than normal. Yeah, I suppose so. Like, I don't understand. That must be kind of unnerving for people who have to work in people's, like, mouths, and people who, like, work with people who are, like, in other ways around their face. That must not be fun for anybody. Martine Ladle? Well, that's a rather optimistic view, but a welcome one. Not sure what we're talking about, but yay! Yay, optimism! Watching other autistics on YouTube explain their autism to get ideas on how to explain it to your friends and family. That's a good idea. Stephanie sounds so chill and mellow tonight. I can't tell if that's a joke or true, Josh. I can't tell. Either you mean it and I've finally gotten over sounding like really stressed, or you don't mean it and it's a joke. I'm not sure. So you can probably tell me. I'll get to it like 50 years from now. And then Kaishana says, I can't share anything autism related to my family. I'm really sorry to hear about that. And that's got to be rough for those of you who are also in kind of the same position as Kaishana. And it's like, it's so frustrating because I wish I could fix it for you guys, you know? Like, I just will come in and be like, here, understand, listen. But unfortunately, like, you know, it doesn't work that way. But at least you have us for a little bit, you know? We're here, we're with you. Charlie's Peculiar Stuff. I had a major burnout last month, and it was so weird because all the languages I know just mushed together in my head, and it was impossible to communicate. Wow, that must have been really scary. I only know, like, I know English. And then I know really basic Japanese, and then, you know, just a few words in other languages like everybody probably experiences. But yeah, I couldn't imagine that. Like, I get Japanese and Korean words like mixed up sometimes, but like not being able to communicate because they all like come together, couldn't imagine that. That had to be rough. Oop, it just skipped forward. Okay. Oh, did I really? Yay! Okay, so I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I think I'm skipping ahead because I'm getting lost, and so I'm sorry if I missed what you said. I'm trying to keep up with you guys. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna like skip forward to this because my phone like reset it to forward and blah 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 blah. And someone had said that I actually said that. Yes. Was it Ladle? Was that right? Was that right? You pronounced my name right, so I hope that was the one that was right, because if not, now it's awkward. And yeah, anyway, Philip Noah, every time I go to a new dentist, everyone has to come in to look at my mouth. I have a real gold filling, and most dentists and techs have never seen one before. That's fun. I have people come in, the last time I went in, they all came in because I have extra wisdom teeth in every single spot you can have an extra wisdom tooth. So, yeah, like I literally have total 8 wisdom teeth because they haven't taken them out. They wanted to take them out years ago, but I didn't follow through on that. So they're probably gonna berate me the next time they see me. I'm just really not excited about the idea of them pulling out teeth, and then the likelihood is that they're gonna go deeper to pull them all out, and that just sounds very unpleasant. So, I mean, if I'm not dying, I don't want to go. Anyway, but yeah, they were calling people in. They're like, oh my gosh. So apparently it's relatively rare in general. And then it's more common in men than it is in women to have the weird teeth thing that I have. So, I don't know. Okay. And Josh says, no, really, you do sound mellow and chill, no joke. Okay. Okay, sorry. Mary Murphy, I can tell you. Yeah, I can tell you haven't been flossing. Executive functioning is hard. Sometimes I don't do things even though I should. Yeah, you're better than me. Let's just say flossing is for when I'm about to go to the dentist. We're still working on consistent brush teething teeth brushing over here. Oh my god. Like, when I have to stay home, like, it just doesn't seem like it's super important. I think it's interesting, though, because sorry, I said it backwards, and it's just funny. So, like, I think it's interesting because when your parents, like, give you, like, what you have to do before you leave, it kind of becomes, like, these are the rules, right? So, like, if I have to, like, if I were going, like, when I used to have to go to a job, like, every day, that helped because I understood, like, these are the things that have to be done for you to leave the house, like, because you're going to work and you have to be around people who have to be around you, and they're not going to exactly enjoy your nasty teeth, and your hair's not done, or whatever. And by done, I mean washed and brushed. I used to actually do my hair when I was serving, because there's only so long you have your hair pulled back in a ponytail and watching everybody else with their cool hairstyles, and then you're starting like, I want to look cute too. Yeah, that was like the only time I was super inspired to actually do my hair before work. But yeah, so what I'm trying to say there is, like, that idea of, like, routine works out really well, but, like, when you don't have to go every day, it's just, yeah. Or other times it's just a miracle to get out the door in the first place, so everyone's just gonna deal with it. Yay. Okay. Melody word. Insert, I know you're lying, but okay, meme. Gamer Christina says, thank you so much for this live stream. Watching you as someone I can strongly relate to with questions from others makes me feel good. Oh, yay. That makes me happy too. So I was kind of worried because, I know that, like, on here, gosh, words. I guess, like, I was worried because, like, there wasn't, like, a specific theme, but then at the same time, I remember the last times I would try to do a specific theme or topic, I would just be trying to, like, talk about something, and, like, nobody was interested in what I was talking about. And so there was a much more interesting discourse happening in the comments. So yeah, so this time I was just like, we're just gonna go with the flow, but it seems to be working out because I feel like we're talking quite a bit, so at least there's not, like, awkward dead air. That's the worst part. Kaishana says, this is why I've been working on more stories that include autistic people and people who can't speak verbally, and teach people that they are human too. I enjoy watching videos of autistic people who share accurate information about autism because it can help others truly understand us more. That is very cool. Very true. And very cool. And very true. And very cool. Sorry. Okay. I will stop being nervous soon. I don't know. It's just my brain. I'm sorry. Okay. Whew. All right. We're gonna come back up here. All right, so yeah, again, sorry if I'm, like, skipping your comment and stuff, but I feel like if I was gonna try to, like, read everybody's, but I'm starting to get really behind. So if I put it down, which I don't know why I keep on, like, putting it down, because then I pick it up the next second, but yeah, so I might skip you, and it's, please don't be offended. I'm just trying to keep up. Okay. Oop. Okay, Shauna said, I saw you stimming stuff. You keep on stimming. Yay. I will. Thank you. Stadian says, I hadn't worn makeup but 4 times during the pandemic. Hey, I do not blame you. I wear makeup almost exclusively for videos. So, even though I just spent way too much money on makeup because I was watching something and I was like, wow, that'd be really cool if I could do that to my face, and then I could look better in my videos. And then, yeah. But the thing is, like, you know, like when you order makeup, they assume you're a person who actually wants to wear it a lot. So I'm gonna have to try to work on, like, not wasting it. So that's gonna be fun. Shathaner, I have trouble getting motivated to brush my teeth and take a shower, especially since I don't go to a job. It takes me 10 minutes to brush my teeth. I have no idea why. Same. It's so strange because, like, I go through this process of, like, do I have to though? And I'm like, dude, if you just pick up the brush. If you just pick up the brush, it won't take long, I promise. But there's something about it. I don't know. It's one of those executive function things. Sacred Meow, howdy. Sarah Holloway, I had my first everyone is a little autistic experience the other day since I've been diagnosed. Yay! Oh, fun. How did that go? Christy Perkins, a little bit bummed that my comment got skipped over. Oh no! I had high hopes of my novel getting a shot. I can't tell if that's a joke or not. No, I'm going back. Oh, misunderstood person. I'm sorry. I gotta go soon. Much love to you all. Thank you. I'm super happy to have you here, and I hope you have a good time wherever you're going. Mom, now I have to look for it. I don't know if it was a joke or not. Was it a joke? I don't know if it was a joke. And now I forgot who I'm looking for. Okay, I'm just gonna keep going. I feel like it was a joke. Was it a joke? I feel like it's a joke. Is it a joke? Was it a joke or was it real? I don't know. Okay. If it wasn't a joke, you can re-say what you were saying, because I tried to look back and then I got distracted. And okay. I have Nora B. I've been speculating about me having autism, but when I told my mom about it, she tried to list out all the reasons of why I couldn't possibly be one or be on the spectrum and how I'm worrying too much. Yeah. See, okay, so, like, it's rough because, like, a lot of times family members are trying to be, I don't know what I'm looking for. I want to say supportive. Like, they're trying to help, I think, like, calm your fears or whatever, and they probably think, like, oh, you just heard about this thing and maybe you don't quite understand, and it's okay, you're totally fine. But, like, they don't probably realize, like, how that really affects somebody. Having someone, like, kind of brush aside your very real experiences. And I don't think it's usually not malicious or anything. It's just frustrating and hard. I had that experience before with a parent because I came to them and I was like, yeah, these symptoms seems like depression. I think there's a word for the problems I'm having. And my parent was like, no, you don't. And I was like, okay. I was right. So I'm just saying. I think it was more like, we want you to be okay. You know, it's frustrating because they want you to be okay, but ignoring a problem doesn't make it better. I say, as I just talked about, how I completely ignore the fact that I really need to take care of my teeth. Random question, Yak been here. Have you ever been on a pogo stick? I don't think so. I don't think I have. It wasn't a joke. I'm sorry. Okay. Say it again. Okay. It's called This Day in Autumn. I see that part. So you should check it out. And I think she's put something. Okay. I don't know. Okay, so if you wanted me to say something again, then just tell me. Okay. I'm sorry. Oh my god, I feel so bad. Oh, I had This is the part that I was concerned about. My brain working. It's fine. Okay, Sacred Meow. I had that everyone was a little autistic when I confided in my friend that I might be autistic. I think he's on the spectrum, so he's biased. Yeah, that is also a thing. Because there was a girl who came to my church one time, and I didn't know, but she actually had an autism diagnosis, and she was kind of in a stage of denying it, I guess, or something. I don't know. So she never told me, but I guess like her grandparent or whatever that she came with was talking to me about it because she was really upset and worried for her. And so without me understanding, we had all these conversations, and I'm like, oh, don't worry, I do that too. Oh, don't worry, I do that too. Yeah. And then I was thinking to myself, that's a lot of things that we both do that is supposed to not be normal. Yeah, you know, that be how it be sometimes. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay. Okay, here we go. I was trying to... Pogo sticks are challenging. Yes, they are. Okay. Sunny 10 says, yeah, balancing is not my friend either. Same. Roni Bunny says, I noticed when I stimmed and got told to stop, I would still do it and still do, just in smaller, less noticeable ways. I think that's part of masking. I agree with you. A lot of times if I'm told to stop doing something outwardly, like up here, I usually like curl in my toes and tense my legs instead, because I'm trying, like, it's like I can't stop the stim, so I've got to like redirect it. Like the need for the stim is still there, but you want me to stop bothering you. So yeah, usually it turns into like tensing legs and doing this with my toes, except for your toes aren't that long. That would be so creepy. That would be really creepy. Sorry. Okay, just imagine that for a second, and it wasn't great. Okay. Ooh. Trevor Jackson Carpenter, hello. I don't know if I've greeted you yet. Have you ever talked to someone on the spectrum who didn't have a good education? Examples include self-contained classrooms, bullying, discrimination, a low support system. Kind of like, I haven't talked to anybody that I'm aware of who went through like the special education, like isolation and that kind of stuff. I do have a friend who was homeschooled and went through a lot of isolation in that and didn't have a lot of supports in that way, and had a parent who would be very into homeopathic kind of things, into the range of probably being a bit on the quack science kind of route. So there was that, but yeah, not necessarily maybe the typical person who might be put through the education system. You said, I was in a self-contained classroom from 5th to 6th grade and it was hell. I had to leave my school then because of DC public schools thought I needed to be in a self-contained classroom. I'm sorry. Like, that's frustrating because I've talked to parents about these kinds of things, and it's hard because like nobody knows what to do, and it's even worse because I think a lot of it is teachers don't understand. They have no understanding, and well, some of them do, but like a lot of them don't. And even then, a lot of times they're kind of like outnumbered, like way outnumbered. So their goal tends to be to try to get everybody on what they want them to be on, which means like any distraction in their eyes makes them upset. And it's just like, yeah, yeah, but so yeah, that can be not fun, I'm sure. I haven't experienced it personally, but yeah. And you said, thankfully I won my education case in 7th grade, so that's really good. I'm glad to hear that. Charlie's Peculiar Stuff says, the first thing I heard after telling my friends I'm autistic was, oh, so you have to be very high functioning so it doesn't matter. The specific friends are not my friends anymore. Well, I don't know why I said that weird. I'm sorry. Yeah. I will say, though, when I was first introduced to the world of autism, I thought we were supposed to use high functioning and low functioning. I thought that. So, and also sometimes though, like there's some people it is hard to explain things to, or it's not really worth explaining to. So sometimes I still will say to like people who I don't have time to sit down with and explain all the things to, very briefly say things like that. But recently I think the better route is like high support needs and lower support needs, just because I feel like it's a lot more accurate and a lot less like demeaning. But a lot of people don't they don't get it. And saying like that's a frustrating thing is like, yes, we want to like educate people and we want people to like do things better and treat people better and stuff like that, but a lot of times they don't understand that what they're doing is hurtful. And like literally there's so many things that the autistic community does not enjoy that I thought before really starting to understand things was like that's how you're supposed to say things, or that's how you're supposed to do things. And obviously I didn't mean malice. What was that? But like I don't know, it's hard because then a lot of times people get frustrated because they hear it all the time, and then they're like, how dare you say this, and then that person's like, why were you yelling at me? Well, now I'm mad and I don't want to listen, and I don't know why I keep talking. But yeah, very very fun conversation. I will move on, I'm sorry. Okay. Color Ivy, hello, glad I found your channel. I feel your story is kind of similar to mine. People don't believe I may be autistic, especially being a teacher as I am. It's gonna be a long trip. P.S. Sorry, my English. Your English was great. So that's really cool that you're a teacher. Something I don't know if I could do. I thought about doing way back when, but I have not. But yeah, that's understandable. Like, it's weird. Okay, so no. Oh, have I told you guys this yet? I don't know if I've told you guys this. There's literally, there are people who are like dead set on proving I'm not autistic, and someone one time commented like a timestamp and they were like, vocal fry, fake autistic, and I'm like, do autistic people just not have vocal fry? People, okay, sorry, it was probably a much more serious comment than I am referencing, and I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but I'm sorry if I'm being rude. I'm not trying to be rude. I just thought it was funny. It just brought that back up in my head, like why people think people are or are not, and it's like, dude, you don't know what you're talking about, though. But what's interesting, though, is the difference between, like, some people will be like, oh, wow, I would have never guessed, and some people are like, and usually it's the people who have been around other autistic people who are like, yeah, but yeah, the average person doesn't seem to get that, and it's kind of frustrating. Whew, okay. Charlie's peculiar stuff. Yeah, and the annoying thing is that as soon as you come out as autistic, for many people, you become a fun little science project with no privacy. Yikes, that does not sound fun. I have thankfully not experienced that, but it might also be because I made myself into my own science project by putting it on the internet. So that might be how I dodged that. I'm not sure. Kaishana says, some autistics go through the high and low functioning behaviors because we are sometimes independent and sometimes we aren't. Yes. Or like in different areas, perhaps, like, and in need of more support and all the jazz. All the jazz. You know, it's all that jazz, but sometimes it's all the jazz. Okay, sorry. Okay. Okay, again. Wait. Oh, Kirsty. Sorry if I seemed like I was just trying to promote myself earlier. I just wanted to put the word out there to the autistic community so they can have something to look forward to. No, it's fine. I just felt bad because I couldn't tell if it was a joke because of what I said, and then you got skipped, and then, yeah. And hopefully I didn't skip you again when you said the thing. I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys will be looking at the comments and we'll see what's happening. So if you don't know what's happening, you guys should like open up the live chat thingy and then like scroll through and look for Kirsty Perkins, and you'll know more than I do in this current moment, because I feel like I missed something and I'm still missing it, but you can catch up on it. Yay. I don't know why that got held for review, but okay. Most people, cough, my family, have told me I'm not autistic, of course. all the fun things. It's hard for people in your family to like see it though. Like a lot of parents and family members can be like very much in denial. Again, because they want you to be okay, I think is usually the idea. Other than that, there's some people who just think that everybody is like doing it for a trend, or what's the word I'm looking for? Hypochondriac. Found it. Sorry. Yeah, so sometimes they feel like people are being like a hypochondriac, and so they're like, oh, you don't have that, you don't have that. You know, it'd be like that sometimes. Roni Bunny, I've never realized how bad socially I was until after I stopped attending school, when I met my fiance's family and they were normal. Yeah, it is interesting because, like, okay, I used to work as a hostess and then a server at a restaurant, and like all my life, and I was talking to Sara from Autism, Sara, about this, and it was weird because like I thought I was pretty normal. Like I thought, you know, like, yeah, I'm a little weird, you know, I'm a little quirky, it's fine, but otherwise, like, I'm pretty chill. I thought of myself as very mature, and people would always tell me that, like, I was very mature for my age. I think what they mean by that, I think what they really mean by that is that because I'm not so caught up in what my peers are doing, and I focus on the work, that makes me mature. But I wasn't socially mature, if that makes sense. So I'm working and I have more experience than these other people. And I look to my side one day and there's this girl who's like 2 years younger than me, in all counts, just immature in her like thinking and stuff. And I realize this girl is having zero problem navigating talking to people. It's just coming to her naturally. It's just like flowing out of her. The way she's holding herself, the way she's talking, like everything's just so natural to her. And I'm just like, wait a minute. Like I'm supposed to be like more mature. I'm supposed to understand all this stuff. And yet this person who I think is immature is somehow like, she knows what to do here and I don't. Like, what is happening? So it is weird when you start to get around people who are not very likely to be neurodivergent or otherwise socially awkward, and then you're like, oh, that's fun. I am not as put together as I imagined myself in my head to be. Yeah. I don't know if that was what you were saying, but I hope so. Charlie's peculiar stuff. Once girl, once a girl I never spoke to, maybe, came up to me at school and was literally like, hi, so you're the autistic one, right? What? Why are they letting you with the normal ones? It has to be so hard for you. #Poland. Oh man, that was yikes. So I'm assuming it's probably like much more like stigmatized probably in Poland then, like to be openly autistic, I guess, or like just for people to know. That's so weird for someone to say, like, who would let you, what? That's I'm sorry. Sarah Holloway, same. I got you act older than you are. Yeah. Some people I think are answering, some people. Oh, hi Carissa Lee. Hello and welcome. So Carissa Lee is my friend from the YouTuber group in my area, and she's really cool. I've been over on her channel before on Livestream. We did one where we did autism and ADHD memes, like just like looking at them and reviewing, I guess, like a meme review kind of, sort of, just fun stuffs. So yeah, being live is much more her thing than my thing. So you should check her out, just saying. Kaishana says, hopefully I will be getting my autism diagnosis soon. I hope so too. Charlie's peculiar stuff. I literally speak 5 languages, have higher IQ, and can know most of female tennis players by ear, maybe? Memorize any dinosaur definition. But yeah, I'm autistic, so I have to be stupid. I'm sorry, I got angry. I understand. Like, that's really frustrating that people, like, assume intelligence. Like, I think that's one of the biggest things. Like, yes, some people do have intellectual disability, and, like, there's nothing wrong with that. But to, like, immediately assume one diagnosis equals the other one, that's really frustrating. And even if you have intellectual disability, to assume, like, someone isn't capable at all because of that, it's just frustrating. Sunny 10, a lot of times out of self-diagnosis and being backed into a corner and not by choice to fight. I'm confused. I feel like there's a conversation I'm missing here. Sorry about that. Gamer Christina, it is pretty crazy that most parents, like my mother, would think that we are hypochondriacs maybe, because we obviously show the symptoms. How could they think we would fake it? Yeah, I don't know how that works. Like, and that's one of the things that always gets me. I don't understand. Like, it's different. Like, I could understand it if, like, you were acting a certain way with your friends and, like, you said that way was how you were, but, like, your family observing you all the time because you live with them never see that happen unless you're with your friends or something. I could see that, but, like, they live with you and you doing it all the time. Like, why, like, the amount of effort that would go into that. I don't understand why people assume that. I don't know. My brain is not capable of reasoning about that at the moment, so I'm just gonna say, yeah, I know, right? There. Easy answer. Yeah, I know, right? I think it's the research and info dumping what you find. Sorry. Carissa says, that happens to me too. Because I have ADHD, some people assume I need my hand held through the most basic tasks. LOL, I'm not stupid, dang it. LOL. Yeah, so today I was even thinking about, like, the whole ADHD versus autism thing. Like, we really need to get together on that. I just don't know how to do it, right? Properly. But there's, like, something called rejection sensitive dysphoria, I think. And I need to look into it, because I feel like I'm like, oh, that would explain a lot, but it's very much an ADHD thing. But then a lot of people, like, who have autism are also saying that it's a thing for them, and, like, I feel like it's a thing for me, but I don't think I have ADHD, so I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why I went off on that, but I'm sorry. Okay, here we are. Nora B, I'm incapable of holding a conversation with someone my age. My older sister has to be there so that she can guide the conversation and make jokes. It makes me feel like a third wheel. Oh, I'm sorry. Like, it's weird, because usually I make friends with people who are older than me, and that's usually in, like, the more mission or work kind of oriented ways. I usually make friends with older people, but then, like, messing around and trying to be fun, it's usually the people who are younger than me. So yeah, I don't really know if I do get along with anyone my age either. Like, just being able to talk to people, it's weird. I don't understand it. James Fennell. Hi, I'm new here, so I thought I'd introduce myself. I'm James, and I'm waiting for my autism diagnosis. I live in the UK and want to be a teacher. That's really cool. Hello. Welcome, James. That's really cool that you want to be a teacher. I hope that you get to do that, and I hope you get your diagnosis. I hope it's not a super, like, long wait, because I've been hearing a lot of people saying that it's a really long wait, especially, like, over there. I know, like, because, like, you guys have like, public healthcare and then also private, right? And then, like, private's, like, super expensive, I'm assuming. I don't know. This is coming from an American who has no idea what other people's healthcare looks like, so sorry. Yeah, so yay, hi James. Okay. I'm just gonna, okay. Aw, Kirsty. I forgot to mention that your channel is a godsend for me. Being an autistic Christian woman myself, I found your channel to be the most resourceful one for me. Oh, thank you. Well, I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. And also, like, I'm sorry. I keep on words. I still feel bad because I accidentally went over the one and I couldn't find it, but people will find the right comment. I'm sorry. Okay. Yay, there's a kitty cat in a box. Kit Kat. Do you have issues with short-term memory? I literally have to write everything down and I have to sit with it for a while to remember things. 1, that's a very good way of handling that. 2, hello Kit Kat. 3, I don't know. I think I have trouble with working memory, but that's like super short memory. Because your working memory, I feel like I should have studied a little bit more in my intro to psychology class. I need to go over this one again, but I'm pretty sure your working memory is like your very quick, like very short term, like it's short term, but it's like super short term, and then your short term is after that, right? I don't know, but I assume yes, and here's why. Because when I was working as a server, I had to write things down or it would just go super bad. Living atypically, #actually autistic. Thank you so much for the super chat. I saw you on my other screen, and I had to say thank you. Thank you. Have you watched Love on the Spectrum? I have not. I'm considering doing so. So have you? 1, have you? And 2, if you have, do you recommend it? Because I know a lot of people have been talking about it. Some people aren't really excited about the idea, but then like there was someone in one of the autism groups that I was in who said that they were on it, and then I was like, well, that's pretty cool. So now I'm like, I don't know, do I want to see it or not? And then I'm also like, I also watched other shows to talk to you guys about it, so maybe I should watch that one. I don't know. But I also tend to waste my time doing unproductive things. So yeah. Okay, sorry. Okay. Do. Seems legit to me. I don't know what we're talking about, but yes. Okay. Stephanie, Trevor was talking about being in school. Oh, okay. Like when I first started preschool was my first fight. We were allowed to bring our tricycles for recess. I had my initials carved into my trike, and I'm assuming then you probably defended your trike. I'm assuming. Yeah, that's not fun. I would find myself like saying things. I got super mad at this kid because he was not following the rules. I was so mad, and then I got mad because then I got in trouble for being mad because he wasn't following the rules. So this kid, okay, this is the same class where I think I mentioned, yeah, I'm pretty sure, when I was talking about like my childhood, we were talking about how I ended up having an accident because I didn't want to bother the teacher while she was talking to another teacher because the rules. Same class. We were waiting. And maybe I told this, I don't know, but I'm gonna tell it again. Sorry. Okay, so we were waiting and everyone was being really loud, and I was sitting in my chair like I was supposed to be because those were the rules. And this child got on the table. You are not allowed, sir, to be on the table. So he got on the table and was like dancing around and being crazy, and so I said, you're so stupid, because I was mad because how dare he like, because other people were cheering him on too, like he is breaking the rules, he is doing dangerous things, and these people are cheering him on. And this is kindergarten, you know, because I was so mature in kindergarten. And then of course, so he sits down when the teacher starts coming in the door, and then he tells on me to her, and then I start crying because I did technically do a wrong thing by calling someone stupid. So now I was in trouble, I thought, and so I was crying, and she was just like, Stephanie, stop crying, it's picture day. That's all I remember. Like, I have this random memory slice about kindergarten. I like a few others, but like for some reason it starts there and ends right when she just says like, Stephanie, stop crying, it's picture day. It's picture day. I don't know what that means, but you know. Okay, so Kaishana says, oh my goodness, Love on the Spectrum is the best. Sometimes there are some odd parts, but I feel like love will find me found those guys on the spectrum. Very cool. Living atypically, hashtag actually autistic. I have, it's mixed. Not ableist at all. Very good representation and portrays many diverse support needs, various disabilities, sexualities, etc. Very cool. However, you disappeared. Sacred Meow is disappearing. Okay, sorry. I'm like, it shows me like when messages like disappear, and so like I'm just seeing like a bunch of them disappear, and I'm like, what is happening? Okay, sorry. However, the neurotypical relationship therapist is cringe. They're teaching autistics NT relationship skills, but they're dating other autistics. Very interesting. I am now more intrigued than before by y'all's assessments. Maybe not a good idea, but would you do a video on the series just like with Atypical? Yeah, so I'm thinking about it. Martin Ladle? Did I say right? Ladle? Okay, sorry. I'm just really proud of being able to say something correctly. Yeah, so I was thinking about it. I know a lot of people asked me to watch The Good Doctor, and honestly, I thought I was gonna like sit down this summer and be like, it is summer break, I'm gonna catch up to like The Good Doctor, I'm gonna come in here, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna make a video telling you all about my thoughts. And I never did. I watched one episode and then I didn't watch anymore. Not because it's bad. The problem is like my brain is also now trying to pull from the Korean drama, because it's actually based off of a Korean drama that I saw a long time ago, that I also wondered if it was sponsored by Subway, because they had subs all the time, and I'm pretty sure I saw a Subway logo hiding in there. I don't know why that stood out to me, but for some reason I was sitting there watching that a long time ago wondering if so not important. Okay, anyway, yeah, so I had watched it before, and then I heard people talking about The Good Doctor, and I'm like, that is literally the title, and then they were like talking more about it, and I was like, that's the premise, so what's happening here? And yeah, so it's like an American version of it. So the first episode has a lot of similarities because it's pretty close to the first episode of the Korean drama, except for like the ending is like way different. But I don't know, I only watched it once. But yeah, so what I'm doing now is like mentally comparing things, which isn't great, because then it's like it kind of takes the joy out of watching it, because now I'm like, oh, but did that happen then? What this do I know what's happening now? Or am I gonna know? Like, I don't know, my brain does annoying things, but I'm assuming since it's been as long as it is, it's probably radically different at this point. I just didn't sit down and watch it. You didn't ask that, but there you go. But yeah, no, I've been thinking about trying to like keep up with more like autistic kinds of shows and stuff like that. Why does, oh my goodness, okay, sorry. People keep on like randomly randomly get hidden for no reason, and I will read it just because I like unhid it, revealed it. I don't know what I'm saying. Can autistic people get married? Yes, they can. I'm married, so proof is in the pudding. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm sorry, guys. Okay. Whoa, that was a lot. Hi Lizzie P. You were here for one. Hi. Yeah, it's been a while since I've done one, so it probably doesn't help anything. Okay, so okay. So, my apologies again if I'm missing your comments. It's because I start rambling about things, and then I realize that, hey, people are still talking, and then I have to scroll down. So, yeah. But I will do my best to read super chats, because, like, obviously that would be really rude to ignore. So, I'm trying to keep up with you guys. Living atypically, hashtag actually autistic. I haven't watched The Good Doctor because I just hate gory medical stuff. Fair enough. I don't just watch stuff because it's got autism and it has to appeal to me otherwise. I mean, fair enough, but I feel like, that content though is more where I'm coming from. I just watched Atypical for fun. When I watched it, I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, what was it? The one I watched on Hulu. Oh, Everything's Gonna Be Okay. Ow. Sorry, I bit my tongue. Show. Okay, sorry. Because the chat is randomly holding comments that don't need to be held. Brain. Let's work. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. So yeah, just being a channel about autism. I figured maybe I should try to be useful. I'm not very useful, though. It's okay. Bring in the rambles. Trying. Let's see. Okay. I enjoy the way that the good memories of past give me visual stimulation. That's cool. Tomomi Shore. Hello. I love the Good Doctor. Very cool. Sacred Meow. Other. Jumping back. The American version, yes. Have you seen the Korean version? And also, I wonder if I'll look at it differently. I don't know why this stuff is good. Oh, you know what's happening? It's holding stuff because people are saying autistic. I hate that. Like, literally, my whole channel is... Why? Random side note. Tudor Miller, what t-shirt are you wearing now? It just says okay, and then Oklahoma. Because Oklahoma, and the abbreviated is okay. I really need to get a life. Okay, Brain! I'm sorry if I was answering someone about something because I just forgot, so please remind me if you can. If you don't want to, that's also fine. Also fine. Carissa, where did you get the cool membership emojis? I see the cutest little fidget spinner emoji and I love it. Thank you. Yeah, so like there's this little thing that... Okay, so some of the little emoji I made specifically for memberships, which I guess, yeah, there you go. Merry Christmas, guys. I'm going to promote memberships real quick. If you're interested in using cool emoji, like Carissa Lee randomly mentioned, shameless plug, there is the join button somewhere, maybe on this video, maybe not. Either that's on my channel page. And if you join, you get access to special stuffs, and included in that special stuff is access to special emoji that some of them I made and some of them I just colored. So like the fidget spinner thing is a thing that I bought. So like there was an icon set and I bought the icon set and then I colored it to be able to be allowed to use it. And then there's some other ones that I just like made, but most of them are like from an icon set because I'm not super skilled. But yeah, so if you are like a member, a channel member or whatever, it'll let you use the specific emoji in this chat. Yeah, and then like you'll get a little thing next to yours. So far I think I have 5 channel members. So if you have become a channel member, thank you. Very cool. If you haven't and you're here, thank you. Very cool. I need to stop talking. Okay. Yay. Oklahoma, cool. Yeah, because I'm in Oklahoma, and that's where I am. Yay. Okay, sorry. Okay. Lizzie P. One video idea I'd love to see if it's something you're interested in covering. What do you do when you're refused a diagnosis? What are your options? Second opinion, reevaluate your self-diagnosis, etc. That would be a very good video. I'd probably have to consult. I'm gonna write this in my notes because otherwise I'll completely forget. I probably should consult an outside source on that too, just because I wasn't directly denied. What? So I have a running list of ideas. Some are from my brain. A lot of them are from you guys. And then usually I just kind of put them to a Patreon vote because I'm very indecisive and it's much easier to let other people decide things for me. Yeah, so this is going on my notes list. What are your options? Wow, that would be a random song to be popping in my head right now. Okay. Alrighty. Alright, come back to my comments. Whee! Okay. Lizzie P. Nobody's called me cool before. I found my crowd. Yay! Living atypically. I personally don't mind the puzzle piece. I think part of resisting Autism Speaks and the medical model is reappropriating their symbols and letting us define ourselves. I think that's a pretty cool perspective. I don't really mind it myself. I just don't, I wouldn't like wear Autism Speaks specific logo, obviously, and I don't think you would either, but I feel like someone must have asked something. Oh yes, Charlie's Peculiar Stuff was talking about needing another universal autism sign. And so like there's like a whole huge thing about that now. So like apparently like there's like an infinity symbol. A lot of people like the gold infinity symbol. But the thing that I have with like the infinity symbols and stuff like that is that it's just not as, what is the word? Like it's not as immediately noticeable. Like I wouldn't know that just by, like, it could be for something else, if that makes sense. Whereas usually the puzzle piece is either autism or something about like, well, puzzles and and games and like what is the word? This doesn't do anything. I pretend it does. Like this is putting into reality the thing I have in my brain. It's not really doing that. What is the word I'm looking for? Like I don't know. I almost like I don't know. We're just gonna stop trying to explain that because this is just gonna happen and I'll just keep on saying like over and over like that's gonna change anything. You have no idea, guys. I've been trying so hard to edit out how many times I say like. Sometimes it's necessary. 90% of the time it is not. And it is very frustrating. And it's actually more annoying. I would rather edit it out of my video than have to fix it in the captioning because it's just really annoying. So, but I don't know how to stop myself from saying like a million times. I just do it. Okay, sorry. Sunny 10. I repeated preschool, kindergarten, never finished first grade, almost repeated fourth, and skipped 7th grade because the school was trying to push me out of the system sooner. Yikes. I know like some of the, there was something that one of my family members, they try to kind of just push them through even though they didn't meet the standards and stuff, and they're just like, oh, you can go. I don't think this is helping people, but alright. I don't think autism needs a symbol at all. My autistic literal brain doesn't care much about symbolism, LMAO. I mean, I'm fine with that too. Tomomi, I do that with hand gestures, put things into reality, right? I don't know, I feel like somehow I'm like feeling it and it's like out here with you somehow. It doesn't, but somehow I feel like it's helping. James says, I agree, I do like the puzzle piece just because a lot of things in my life started to make sense when autism became a possibility, like a puzzle piece dropped into place. That's pretty cool. Sunny 10 says, the school said they lost files on me from moving to 6 different schools and admitted they let me slip through the cracks of the school system. Wow. Saying it straight to a student. I was furious back then. I don't blame you. I'd be furious too. Lizzie P says infinity symbols are quite a generic symbol associated with a lot of things. I love me a good symbol, but it's hard to find the right one, right? That's been something like I've tried to be, what is the word I'm looking for? Wary of, cautious of, careful with, considerate of people, because like, in one sense, I don't mind it, but I know a lot of people get very bothered by it. So, like, I'm trying to, like, not necessarily use it in merch and stuff, because I know a lot of people might feel left out if it's something that they personally, like, really, really don't like, even though I don't mind it. And so, like, I don't know. There's so many things. It's a symbol. What's a symbol for alchemy? That's interesting. My profile picture is an infinity symbol, just because it looks the most stimmy out of all the autism symbols. It's stimmy, rainbowy, infinity, like loopy loops is what I was trying to say, sorry. I kind of like it for ESD, says Sacred Meow. Ouch. Yeah. Okay. Brain. Oh, Nora B. I see that you change your hair color in a lot of different videos. Do you plan on doing something... Oh, okay, sorry. I'm gonna skip down because you had us when you fixed. Do you plan on changing it up again anytime soon? Okay, so those are like those are mostly wigs. I do want to do something to my actual hair at some point. I just don't know when that's gonna be. So initially, if I didn't oh yeah, I guess I could I guess I could tell you that too. So it's not super likely that I'll be getting into my OTA program, as in it's pretty much like I haven't gotten the official no, but I've gotten an unofficial probably no for this year. So what I was going to do if I didn't get in this year was to just like go for it, right? Like I was thinking like an ombre of like, I don't know, some color that is not natural. I've actually never had my personal hair not be a natural color, like dyed or anything. So I thought that would be fun. The thing is, I'm also trying to get a job. And, you know, not all workplaces are okay with unnatural hair colors. So I'd have to find out if I get a job somewhere, are they going to be okay with my hair color? Blah, 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 blah. So yeah. So eventually I'll do something to it. But for the meantime, I'm just having fun with my wigs. Okay. There's lots of answering people's. Okay. How many wigs do I own? I think 6. I think I own 6. I'm pretty happy about that, honestly. It's very fun too, because like if you mess with them a little bit, like you can use them for something else. I like my blue one, how like it was really long and then I cut it, and I like it better at the length that it's at, even though I probably would have been great leaving it the curly way that it was. And like I like how I straightened the gray one because it looks way better straightened than it did with the weird curls. And everybody seemed to like that one. And then I started thinking, like, I could do that to my actual hair. Except for my actual hair was like, are you kidding me? I'm really dark. You should probably not do that. So, yeah. I think that's all. Squirrely squirrels. Okay. Okay. Also, when you're talking, you're technically singing. So if a voice is medium pitch, it's probably between D, are we saying D flat major and E, or E major? Okay, so that's interesting because, and here's the thing that I don't understand, because speech and singing come from different parts of your brain. So technically, like, I think I know that I mix them all the time. Oh, and this is a thing I wanted to like, sorry. I get easily distracted. Carissa Lee says, I've recently learned that Walmart now allows non-natural colored hair. Not sure how you feel about working there, but it's a thought. Very cool. Lizzie P, thank you so much for the super chat. Put towards wig. Oh, that's so sweet. To put towards wig number 7. Thank you. That's really cool. Oh, sorry. Okay. I was saying something. Oh, yeah. So, like, I've been thinking about that. How, again, sorry, some of you guys are getting caught in some sort of thing that doesn't make any sense. And I think it's because, for some reason, it's filtering out autistic, which is so dumb. Anyway, I was trying to say. Brain is gonna work. Oh, okay, about the speaking. So speech comes out of Broca's area of your brain, which is specifically on the left side of your brain, I believe, if I remember correctly. Singing comes out from a different part of your brain, which I think is actually why when Cody Lee, who was on AGT, a lot of times when he does talk, he actually kind of like brings it almost into like a singing talk. And I really wonder if he is maybe accidentally tapped into realizing that he can communicate using that part of his brain when like the normal speech center isn't working properly. And this makes me wonder if it's possible to teach some of these children who can't speak, like if it's possible to try to encourage them to like move into the singing part of your brain because they work differently. Really weird. I don't know if that's plausible because I am not a scientist and or a doctor or a neurologist or anything. But it's a theory, and I personally feel like the world should look into all of my theories. They shouldn't. It's fine. Okay. Tutor says 6 wigs. They all look like your natural hair. I love the purple colored wig. Thank you for that. I feel like some of them are super obvious. I actually need to fix the purple one because I haven't yet messed with it to make it look a little more realistic. So I actually do. I need to work on that. Young spiritual warrior. Wait, are we doing questions? Sure. We're just kind of chilling out. So if you want to ask a question, feel free. Oh, Charlie says, I think my singing part of my brain may be broken. Oh, that makes me sad. I stim sing a lot, so that makes me sad because I like to sing a lot, even though it might burn some people's ears. Sunny10 says, I have a long-term and photographic memory, so I can definitely relate to memorizing stuff. I took chorus from elementary to high school along with art. Very cool. I was in choir from, because we did choir as a special or whatever in elementary. I ended up in, some special thing in that, and then through 8th grade did choir as well. Really enjoyed it. Gave me a headache, but I really enjoyed it. And there were really mean people behind me in 8th grade, and we don't care. Okay. Moving on. Did you not know the A word, autistic, is a swear word? That's great. Anyway, Tutor, do you collect Funko Pop figures, and which ones are your favorite? I don't. I wish, I don't know, I feel like I wish, I don't know, it would be cool to, really be into that, because so many people are into that, and there's so many. Okay, so if there happens to be a certain character that exists in a Funko Pop collection, I might actually be a part of that world. I need to find that out soon. Just put that in the back of my brain somewhere. But yeah, otherwise, no. Kaishana says, to be honest, I've been experiencing seizures, which I've not been having since 7 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry. That's not fun. I hope that if you need to go see someone about it, you should. Or I hope you're able to, because, for it to reemerge as again, not a doctor, but I assume it might have something to do with the fact that we're in a very stressful life situation here, but I don't know, so that might be important to look at, get looked at. Michael Teal, if you're interested in doing a new video about treating ASD, you could do one on RODBT, radically open dialectical behavioral therapy. Do you think you'll do a video on said thing that I tried to say? I don't know, but it is something to look into. I think that my psych teacher, she's a practicing therapist, something. I'm so smart. Yeah, I'm not really good at bringing things off the top of my head. My apologies. Sorry to disappoint anybody. And yeah, but I will add that to the list of things to look into. I can't promise anything, but I will look at it at some point eventually. I have such a long list of random stuff in here. Some of it I'm like, why did I write that down? And other stuff I'm like, oh, that's really interesting. I can't believe I forgot about that. Yeah, very fun. Okay, sorry. Sorry. Again, I'm not trying to be mean if I skip you guys. I'm just... if I try to keep up with everybody's, it kind of just drops. And also, if you heard my dog in the background, which I doubt you did, but if you did, I apologize. She's barking in the other room. She just got my husband up. He's not been feeling well, so he's been resting. Sadian. Mrs. Stephanie. A random question. Do you have a dog or cat? Well, I do have a dog. She is a black shepherdor, or German shepherd and Labrador, which some people know what I'm talking about when I say shepherdor. Other people are like, that's a made up thing. And I'm like, no, it's not, because I looked it up. But technically it was made up at some point. Anyway, it doesn't matter. She's really sweet, except for when she's annoying. She's very smart and therefore very ornery. But I do not have a cat. And yes, I love my dog, but a lot of times she can be a brat because she acts different when my husband isn't home. So she's all like, oh, I'm so sweet, I'm so perfect, I will cuddle with my mom. And then when he leaves, she's like, hey, you, play with me right now. Right now, you play with me. Yep, that's how she is. Okay, Yak been here. Apparently I just dozed off because I just woke up. going to get some food now. Good stream. I'm glad I put you to sleep. And go enjoy your food. I'll need to make sure I stop at a decent time so I can get food too, and that's fantastic. Oh my god. I'll let my husband know that Lizzie, that y'all are wishing him to feel better soon. That's awesome. Gary Francis, hello. Oh goodness, I keep on forgetting that y'all are in different locations. Charlie, I'm sorry. If you need to sleep, like, obviously feel free to sleep. Like, I don't want people to be like feeling too sleepy and staying up too late and all the things. Kaishana says, I would love to get a support dog for autism. That would be really cool. My dog is super sweet and everything, but as much as I do, like, I'll make her kind of, like, I'll hug her and kind of cuddle her to me when I need deep pressure, but, like, she's not trained to give me deep pressure, so, like, you know, she's not actually for that, but it would be kind of cool if I trained her to do that. But yeah. The only good ABA is the American Bar Association. Where did that come from? I feel like I missed a conversation. Tudor says all your subscribers will have to contact Funko Pop in California to make a Stephanie Bethany figure. I'll definitely order 2 of them. I don't know if that's a good idea. I don't think anybody would get that. Oh goodness. Do you ever think about how life is a miracle? Sometimes. Not often, though. I should probably think about that more often, but I do not. I'm assuming you do, since you asked it. Show. It's living atypically. I feel like all cats are secretly autistic. Censoring so YouTube doesn't slow my message down. Ironically, it held that one behind because he ended it that way. Oh man. Carlos Hoffman Smith, hello. I prefer animals to people most of the time. Hello, but you don't have to understand social cues. We'll get here. Social cues and norms to talk to them. Yes, it's fantastic. So, I just randomly demand cuddles from my dog and it's totally fine. Like, we're not worried about it. Oh, yeah, I don't know why, it's so weird because, like, sometimes people saying, like, autistic in their comment, just in general, underneath videos, will go through just fine. And then other times I find perfectly fine comments caught in, like, my spam or hide, what is it? I don't know, there's, like, one folder that they're like, this is potentially not good, and then there's one that they're like, we're pretty sure this is just straight up spam. And sometimes it'll get caught in those filters, which doesn't make any sense. Like, it's totally fine, but it just said autistic, and they're like, wow, that's a bad word. Like, no, it's not, but okay. As just send YouTube. Autistic isn't a dirty word. Or autism isn't a dirty word, but, you know, we can adjust. Ew, that sound was gross. Okay. I think it's hilarious when someone talks a song. I have done that before, and apparently it's very weird for people to experience. Gamer Christina, Wonder, aka Wonderman, that is the name of my cat. Cool. Every day, I annoy Wonderman with repeated words such as wonder who, wonder, that's who. I'm not sure why I do this, but I do. I probably did it wrong, but that's okay. I randomly ask my dog questions that she obviously can't answer, like, all the time. I don't know why. I just do. Carissa Lee, I demand that social schools exist. It sounds like the missing piece for 2020, especially for those of us that don't naturally know how to interact with others. There you go. We'll have our social schools in the time of social distancing. Oh my goodness. I feel really bad for, like, a lot of the, what I'm trying to say. Yep. Sorry, my brain is, like, running out on me now. I feel bad for a lot of these schools because, like, I'm seeing pictures shared of like classroom ideas for doing the social distancing or doing things correctly and stuff like that. And it just looks really sad. And I'm just like, that's really kind of like, I don't know, like it's not that I necessarily would want to be all up in people's space, but there is something about being like, you can't. Like, you are now separated. Like, it's just really, I don't know, I don't like it. It seems really sad. Martin Ladle, I think it would be fun to make stereotypes about NTs, but that's too hurtful and harsh. We're better than that, eh? You would imagine we were better than that. Tudor Miller says, which jobs are best for neurodiverse individuals? Could you give your subscribers some ideas, please, Stephanie? That's a fantastic question that I don't really know. I mean, honestly, anything that plays to your strengths. So, or things that let you go by a script. If you're like me and scripts make you feel safe. So, like, if you have to deal with people, I actually did really well hosting because it was like a script. Like, hello, welcome to such and such place. How many? Is this and this okay? Great. Follow me. Here is your stuff. Your server will be with you shortly. And then you just had to remember like the numbers of the tables to say like which ones are turning and which ones aren't. So like when dealing with the general public, I had usually a pretty much just like a script. So like places where you can have that, or if you don't have to like work with people, like generally. So for example, using the restaurant example, people who were cooks usually didn't talk to anybody but the people beside them sometimes, and they usually just ignored us when we asked them stuff. So like there's a lot of different jobs. I think just play to what you enjoy doing. A lot of times we're kind of capable of overcoming things that we don't think we could handle when it's something we just genuinely enjoy doing. Yeah, super helpful. I know that's sarcasm. I wasn't helpful, but it's okay. They should let students socialize in social studies. I feel like that would be appropriate, yes. Martin Ladle, my message was read. I can die happily. Oh my goodness. Living atypically. Any advice on recovering from trauma from ABA when most therapists support it and dismiss that it traumatized me at all? Well, first of all, I'm really sorry to hear that you went through that and that you've been traumatized by that. And that like that's the stuff that I don't know. Like that stuff I would just say like I really just don't know, because I don't want, like I have not been trained in any way in handling trauma, and so like I don't want to say something that would be not helpful or counterintuitive. I do think it is frustrating that a lot of people will just dismiss it like, oh, well, you're just being dramatic, or like, oh, it wasn't that big of a deal, or like, oh, poor you had to actually like do what other people do. Like that's really frustrating. I'm sure like the best outcome would to probably be like with a therapist who doesn't see ABA as this magical thing for all autistic people, or who just doesn't support it. In my area, we actually have a few people who've actually reached out to me, which was really cool, who they're against ABA, and so they would like never invalidate that kind of experience. So I know like it sounds nice, right? Like, oh, well, just tell them this or whatever. I don't know how that looks practically, and I wish I did. That's something I guess I just can't give you very useful information on, but I can say that I'm sorry that you're experiencing that and it's not fair. I'm sorry. Red twice. I'm sorry. Martin. Oh my goodness. And then some people are giving advice also in the chat. Are you still applying to be an OT? So I'm trying to become an OTA, which is a lot less school. Yes, basically. I'm trying to get into I was trying to get in the program for this year. It's most likely not happening for this year. So I'll just apply again and probably do my courses, my remaining classes a little slower, like spread them out over the next 2 semesters, and probably just get like a normal hourly paid kind of job and stuff like that, while I'm biding time. But yeah, I'm still going into being an OTA, and it is actually someone who's a part of an OT program that had reached out to me, and they're against ABA. There are, unfortunately, though, like some OTs who think they're compatible, which I don't understand how you could imagine that. But Gary says, when you mask, have you ever felt like you have DID? No, I have not felt that way. I feel like, just because I've learned a lot from the DID community, I feel like at this point I would know, just because of like how they were talking about their experiences, and even people who like who don't know, because obviously like their brain is supposed to keep that from them. I'm pretty sure by now I would know. But yeah, I don't really feel that way. I do feel, maybe you mean just in general dissociation. That doesn't have to be a part of DID. Like, well, it is a part of DID, but it doesn't mean you have DID. As in feeling dissociated, that's usually for me like, well, yeah, sometimes. But like, for some reason when I look in the mirror, I get like super weirded out. The other day I was actually watching my video back, and I was like, oh, I think that person on the screen there is supposed to be me. That's really weird. That was very surreal. I don't know if that's really dissociation in that case, but it was weird. Anyway, moving on. I feel like I'm missing a conversation here. Escosivo, the weird thing is that I can connect to fictional characters way better than a real human, lol. That's actually a pretty common thing I hear, and honestly how I kind of feel. Some people feel like they're literally mourning the loss of their friends when series end, that in which there's characters they related to and stuff like that. For me, I have like a consistent character that I always like, I don't know, I keep close to my heart, which sounds really dumb, but I don't know, it feels just like easier to see and relate to, I guess, than people, because, you know, in a fictional world, we get to see those things that we don't really understand. Like, I'm understanding what just happened. Sorry, I need to stop looking down at that screen, because then I get confused, and now I got lost, so that's super fun. Oh, because, like, in real life, like, you don't get to see everyone's, like, backgrounds. You know what I mean? Like, you don't get to hear their inner thoughts. You don't get to know, like, their secret things and stuff like that. And characters, like, they show you those sorts of things. Even if, like, they're hidden, they're purposefully, like, the situations are purposely created to show us that stuff. So it's so much easier to be like, oh, I understand you, because they're being kind of, like, I don't know, more transparent than like the average human being, because they're fictional. And yeah, I think everybody knows that. I'm just keeping talking. Tutors, can you feel your meltdown approaching before it happens? Sometimes. Most of the times, yeah. Because like for me, usually like there's a build up, except for like, okay, so like sometimes it's like that. Other times it's like stuff happened, and then I thought like I was over it, and then there's like this little moment where something I can't deal, and then there's the meltdown. I don't know if any of that made sense. But for the most part, yes, because a lot of times it'll also be like sensory things. So like sounds aren't making sense anymore, or they're too loud, or they're like really annoying, or I'm like stimming almost like more aggressively, if that makes sense, but not really like not like hitting people or things, but like even like when because I'll do it's really hard to stim on purpose, like when you're not feeling like it. I do like that really does not feel pleasant when you try to do it on purpose. I have like a wrist flick thing that I do, like, I don't know how to explain. None of that made any sense. I'm sorry. I'm trying to keep my brain together. I'm like running out of steam. I'll probably have to end it here in about 10 minutes. Just because like I'm running out. But yeah, normally I can tell just by like the things around me and the overall feeling of like I can't deal. And then like usually my stims become more apparent and very big sometimes. Or I just get almost irrationally angry, and then it gets to like, yeah. I feel like I missed something. Living atypically, I don't have meltdowns. Am I valid? I have more shutdowns. Yeah, for sure. Something I thought was interesting about the DSM-5 requirements is meltdowns are not a requirement to have ASD. It is a very common thing, and I think that really meltdowns and shutdowns are our responses to being much more sensitive to the world around us than other people are. That doesn't mean that if you're managing well, that you have to be pushed to that point. So here's my understanding as of today. I think everyone has meltdowns, right? Like if someone just like got broken up with and it was a really, really, really bad breakup and it just happened, they might be screaming and crying and like doing crazy stuff that doesn't make sense. That's probably a meltdown. The thing is, they had to go through a huge event for that to happen, whereas autistic people reach that point a lot faster than non-autistic people. So that to me is how I'm understanding it. And then shutdowns really is just like, instead of letting it outward, it's just an internalization of that. Some people become catatonic even, which I haven't really experienced, which is something I wanted to look at. There was something you guys had mentioned DID earlier. There was something they were talking about, some other symptom with DID that was almost like explaining something that autistic people sometimes experience, but it just had a different name from different communities. So I wanted to look into it. I don't even remember what it was. Hopefully I wrote it down. Because I wanted to see what it was and how each kind of field and stuff like approaches it. Because I think sometimes we end up with like exclusive language, for our different groups, when sometimes it might not be as exclusive as we think it is, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense. But either way, yes, you're valid. There's actually a lot of people who are worried because they're like, I don't experience meltdowns. You probably just might want to talk to your parents, because I'm sure they might remember what they called tantrums, or you being unreasonable, or like me, my mom said like I would throw a fit for not having my blanket on the right way and stuff like that. So you're fine. In a nice way. I don't know, that sounded dismissive. I'm sorry. Yeah, you ever say things out loud and you're like, wow, that sounded really rude. Sorry, guys. So you know how at the beginning of this I was like giggly and like high voice, and now I'm like down here? I'm running out of energy. Have a weird person. Hi. Have you looked into the intense world theory of autism? I have not, and I wonder if the reason you bring that up is maybe because that idea aligns with that. I'll add that to the list to look into. Intense world theory of autism. I do kind of want to go over, like, in general, some of the different theories on autism. Oops. I do not know how to spell, apparently. World theory of autism. That's not really what I'm putting down, but that's okay. Okay, sorry. I checked out for a second. Yeah, so just a heads up for everybody. I'm planning on ending at the around 2-hour mark. Just a heads up. So that means probably 9-ish minutes from now. Just so you know. Yeah. So if you have anything specific you want to say, I will do my best. I'll do my best to keep up with you. I'm losing steam, and it's going to get really boring really fast if I try to keep going too much longer. Um, when I met Young Spiritual Warrior, when I meant head voice, I meant how you sound to yourself versus the voice others hear from you. I don't know what we were talking about before, but I understand what you're trying to say. Yeah, how I sound to other people versus how I sound in my head is very different. It's very weird, isn't it? Kirsty Perkins. Being an autistic Christian, how do you feel about the Word of Faith movement? You know, that movement where a lot of phony faith healers come from. Yeah, I'm not great about it. I don't feel great about it. I have talked, but I did a video on my channel I do, like, with Christian stuff, about being an autistic Christian, and, like, that concept of, like, people being like, well, you know, if like, if you were really if you really had faith or whatever, you wouldn't be autistic and stuff like that. And that concept of people thinking like autism should be healed, and it can get frustrating. I feel like, I don't know, there's some people I've had people tell me like, oh, you're just excusing your own sin or your own like lack of faith, and it's just like, I just see, like, to me, that God has made us all differently, so I don't understand why I'm supposed to, like, be the way you think I should be. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, why do we all, like, I don't know all, but, like, why do people assume that the way they are is the way everyone else wants to be? I don't know. I don't know if I answered that question appropriately, but there you go. That's all my brain can offer right now. Where do we go? Oh, sorry, got a call. Oh, I'm sorry, you're working. Oh my goodness. You're a witch and have autism. Screw the haters. Screw the haters. There you go. I'm reading this book, Complete Guide to Asperger's Syndrome. Is it helpful? Weird person, do you support the neurodiversity movement? I'm guessing yes in the basic sense, but talking more about the more radical branches. Yeah, so yeah, in general, yes. I think the concept of neurodiversity, I think, makes sense. I think it makes sense from the concept of like seeing our brains kind of map a bit differently, the whole like concept of yeah, basically yes, you're right, basically is what I'm trying to say. And I get wary because the things I've experienced from people who call themselves a part of the neurodiversity movement have been more radical about things, and in ways that I don't think are appropriate or helpful. I think that, I don't know, in general, I can be frustrating for people because I tend to be more moderate on a lot of things. So I can see, yes, I think our brains just are different, and that's okay. But I think it's also important to realize that it is disabling, and it is a disability. And for some people, it is so disabling that maybe they don't want to be that way. And if that's the case, then they should have the right to say whether they do or don't, and then that gets into a whole nother conversation. Assuming everyone should want to be the way they are isn't really fair, I think. So I think it's hard because really anything that gets into really more radical like parts of any sort of movement or any sort of thing, it starts to shut down conversation, and people like aren't allowed to think differently or see things differently, and that doesn't help anybody. I think really being able to be open to the idea that each autistic person is an individual and they're allowed to have their voice too, along with the rest of everybody, is I don't know, what I would prefer. So I don't know if I would like label myself as like part of the neurodiversity movement, because I think that because of like the more radical side of things I think saying that kind of attaches itself to that, if that makes sense. I feel like you understand me, but I'm not sure. I'm having trouble making sense right now. Carla Hoffman Smith. Is it part of autism to feel much more comfortable or only making friends with people older than you? I can't really talk to people my own age. Can't relate. Yeah, so like we mentioned that a little bit before. I personally tend to make friends with older or younger, but not usually my own age range. And usually younger is like just because I like we can be jokey and stuff, but like I don't I don't know if I make super close relationships, but I usually make closer, more serious relationships with people older than me. So maybe, could be. Um, Lizzie P, I've got to hop off. The husband has just clambered into bed, and I'd better let him sleep. Thank you for a lovely stream. It's been great to meet you in the community. Catch you soon, I hope. Well, have a good night. I'm glad you were able to be here, and good timing, because it's almost over anyway, so I hope you have a good night and all that. Alex Carson, I totally understand where you're coming from. Very cool. That helps. It helps knowing that there are other people who understand what I'm trying to say. Weird person. I just hate how it's become so leftist and people who are not are alienated. I'm more in the left. Let people self-identify however the F they want movement. Just make that a movement. I think it would be much more useful for everyone. We'll just make that I moved, and I apparently have not moved in a while in that way. That was painful. Okay. Yes, very nice. Yeah, I think it's weird how we make autism political. Like, I don't understand that. It's like, I think it just doesn't make sense to me. How and why autism ever became political. But then again, welcome to the world where everything somehow becomes political. It just doesn't make sense to me. James Fennell, it's 2 a.m. here. I'm going to bed soon. Good night, everyone. Good night, James. Thanks for being here with us. Blogger Music Man, hello. I understand the neurodiversity movement and that there are people who believe that autism is just one part of how human brains are constructed rather than a bad abnormality. What's the most radical part? So when we're talking about radical, usually that's like people who they kind of shut down conversations if you don't like 100% agree with them. Sometimes it gets to the point where like autism is a magical, beautiful gift, and if you think any other way, then you're a bad person who, whatever else. People who would not be okay with anyone looking for or wanting a cure. So I'm not real excited about the cure thing, but I think that we should respect that there are some autistic people who don't want to be autistic. And I don't think it's fair that we say like, well, because I feel this way, we should deny other people something, if that makes sense. So like, I would probably get ran over for saying that in the more radical area of things. It's just kind of that idea of like, you must see autism as magical and wonderful, and if you don't, then you're a bad person. That's kind of how that particular part gets kind of radicalized. And then it does tend to end up politically far left. I don't know why. It just does. I don't know why. I almost said that again, so I'll stop saying it again. Okay, so everyone's trying to go to sleep. I don't blame you. I need to stop talking because I'm running out of brain power. Okay, I know someone asked about my next live stream. So here's what's going to go on. I'll try to catch you guys up really quick. So next month, the last Thursday of the month, we will be doing a live stream again, probably the same time, just because in my area, it's about the time people are off of work. And hopefully I'll have a job by then. So yeah, that's when the next live stream is. This next 3 weeks are going to be pre-planned videos on Thursday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time like usual. Trying to remember everything I'm supposed to remember to say to you guys. Again, if you want to check out things like Patreon, channel memberships, blah, 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 those things are there. They're pretty much in every description box of recent stuff, so if you're ever interested. And hopefully you guys enjoy being live, because I plan on doing live streams every last Thursday of the month obviously, unless if something else comes up. So hopefully that will work out for everybody. I really, really enjoyed talking with you all. I don't know what's happening in the comments anymore, so I should probably just wrap it up. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. It's been really fun to hang out with you guys and talk to you all and all the things. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for watching. All the things. And I'm really bad at ending live streams. So yeah. Bye. I'm gonna push the button now. So goodbye. Have a good night. Keep being awesome. Okay, I'll push the button. Bye.